This is D-Boy, West Coast Uncensored. Back at you. If you listened to my last video, talked about the Schumann resonance, right? And how it's electromagnetic energy coming from the core of the Earth. Earth is alive, and I talked about how the Earth is a live entity. It's alive. How do you know? Plant anything in it, and you see. Learn how to walk in nature. Learn how to take off your shoes and walk in nature. How that upgrades you and connects to you. It's a connection. Before I get into that, I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. I go over here and I get a little bit of what I call spinal hygiene. I go and I do a lot of stretching, a lot of neck yoga, lower back yoga, doing a lot of stretching with that. Do it every morning, pretty much kind of get into my thoughts and then go after it. Needs to be for me, and I do acupuncture. I'm just leaving actually an acupuncture appointment, and how acupuncture is a very, very ancient, holistic way to relieve all kinds of things, ailments, and has the power to do a lot of stuff by its energy source through electromagnetic energy getting into the needles through heat. And then you can feel the reduction of pain, swelling, and stuff like that. And actually within 15 minutes I can feel it within my neck and back. So just want to touch on that. There's a lot of things we could do. A lot of your insurances will pay for it these days, will do acupuncture treatment. And if you thought about it, really think about it hard. We've been on a programmed road to look at things in the last generations of this Western medicine, which has not been around a long time. It really hasn't at all. You can go back into the 1930s and 20s and seeing doctoring was a lot different. You go, but that we got new, but no, you don't. It's always there, because I'm not going to go into all the which I can really go on the rant about Western, but I'm not here. I'm just here to tell you, grab that, if you have a chance, grab that. A lot of Chinese or Asian herbs if you have digestive problems. You can even do digestive acupuncture. It's even there for when you go through the changes of life for women and men. Low testosterone, low estrogen can actually be boosted through that. And so, yeah, these things are available. So just look at it. So back to the Schumann resonance. I was kind of talking about how the meditation aspect and connection with that allows you to detach from taking on thoughts that are not necessarily helping you, because you take on a negative thought, then it attracts another one, because they're going to operate in the resonance. Notice that word Schumann resonance. The Earth is putting out a resonance, which is a frequency that's connectable to the people living on the core of it, or living from the core to the top of it, which is the folks, us, people. So that resonance will work in a way for you if you use the meditation. Notice this one thing. Your hair is like antennas. How I know? Watch this. You can be on drugs, and they do testing for drugs on jobs. Many of you know that, right? This isn't about whether drugs are good or bad. That's not what this is about. This is about the fact that if they really want to test you long-term for usage of drugs, because some drugs can get out of your system when they do some of the testing for it within 3 days, right? But if you go hair follicles, they can backtrack for years that you've been on certain drugs or even having these in you. Why? Because your follicles are antennas and they hold energy. That's why you would see a lot of people, or a lot of different societies and cultures, that would grow their hair long. And why? Because they were antennas in connection to themselves and to the earth and to universal energies. That's right. That's what long hair does. Now, since everything has got an other side of it, if you have a lot of trauma, a lot of injury, pain, abuses, again, trauma covering all that, then you would also understand that you may want to cut it to cut away the traumas, like cutting out, like women who have long hair and want to keep it growing, know they have to trim the what? Dead ends. Why? They're dead. right? You know, just like you have a plant, you got to trim some of the hedges and some of the things off the plants. And you growers who are growing plants or different vegetables, fruits, or whatever you grow, and you have this knowledge, knows you got to trim stuff to keep it growing. You got to trim the dead. So why I'm saying this is that you got this resonance connecting to your antennas. You got cameras, right? Your eyes are like cameras. Why? They got film over them. Notice that this is why you can go into the movies in Hollywood and all that is a connection of this. That's why they call them stars, because we're all made of the resonance of stars, right? That's just facts upon facts. And not dogma. Oh yeah, no, don't bring your dogma here, because we don't play that. We're uncensored. I'll uncensor your dogma. And I don't, it's about the gathering of us coming into unified, because we've had so much division, right? So realize, cameras, antennas, you got film, your cameras film, and you also got right here, that pineal gland's a projector, projector. So you project your reality through you. That's why you get used through the system. It uses your projection to create their reality through you. It's like a vampire using your energy. But this is you. You got the power. So when you learn to sit silently, not giving into thoughts, and then you learn that through doing this more and more, you become more of an adept, and you release there's a plane flying over. Let me roll up my window a little bit. I'm sitting in my car. That you start releasing these things. So this shuman resonance, which is all resonance, you have antennas to pick up on this. You are connected to electromagnetic energy, electricity, both sides. You're feminine, they represent feminine and masculine, the left and right side of your brain, all that is connected. And why is your heel called the heel, the bottom of your foot, which you take a E out and add another L, you got hell. You got your head, you take the D out and you got heaven. Come on now, break down this stuff into the real. Not, like I said, we crush dogma here. This ain't time to dogma, release your dogma. It's about getting to enlightenment and revelatory action within you as the light becomes you, as your light is starting to resonate. So take this, and then you learn to take that part of this stuff, what I just kind of went over, and that's just a small part of thinking about it. Even your ears, the connection of sound, right? Waves, sound energy. And learning how that you are really the beginning of all technology is based upon you. All computer work, all electrical magnetic computer work, and all this technology that everybody's, technology. You're the number one asset. It's a copy of you. You are the original. This other stuff is just a copy of you. That's just facts, okay? So, but remember, this is meditation, using these frequencies. Start releasing and adding to yourself, adding your space, right? We've had so much division against us as individuals, right? We've been divided, conquered. When you're divided, you're conquered. But when you add to yourself, and divide, like I said, is actually a word of math. It's a division. So when you're always dividing, you're always doing math. You're always doing division. Math is, what's the key about math? You have math problems, but there's always a solution. So what we need is multiplication and addition within ourselves. Multiplicate and add unto yourself, and start seeing the works that you can do and the vast potential and multi-level parts of yourself that are available to you now. Wholeness and balance your energy. Great day. Have an awesome day.